Welcome to the Engineering Update. I'm Managing Editor Casey Panetta, and in this week's episode, an energy-efficient house, a material so black it can't be seen, and a group fails to save a 35-year-old space probe. The Net Zero Energy Residential Test Facility is a two-story, 2,700 square foot house located on the campus of the National Institute of Standards and Technology in Washington, D.C. Though the house looks like any other, it was actually designed as a laboratory to study clean energy. Designed to replicate the energy usage of a family of 4, the house utilizes geothermal systems and a doubled insulation that is sealed with special self-healing sheeting. The virtual family that lives there uses the house to take showers, watch TV, and charge electronics. Despite a harsh winter where the 32 photovoltaic panels were covered by snow and ice for 38 days, the home generated 13,577 kilowatt hours of energy, leaving the family with 491 kilowatt hours of excess energy after subtracting out what the family would have used. It's not a cheap changeover to energy efficiency, however. The estimated cost to outfit a house is $162,700, with an estimated savings of about $4,373 per year.
For centuries, black has been the color of style and chic, not to mention the macabre, but a British company has invented a material so black that it cannot be seen by the human eye. The strange alien material known as Vantablack absorbs all but 0.035% of visual light, a new world record, and when an object is coated with it, all shapes and contours are lost. In fact, the only true comparison with an object this black, truly the absence of all light, is a black hole. Vantablack is composed of carbon nanotubes 10,000 times thinner than human hair, and the material was grown on sheets of aluminum foil. The company which developed Vantablack refused to divulge their price point, though Rep did say it would be very expensive, so the ultimate little black dress might cost a pretty penny. According to The Independent, one practical use could include calibrating cameras to take pictures of the oldest objects in the universe, a process which requires pointing the camera at the blackest object imaginable. And I'm sure our intrepid viewers could imagine myriad military applications.
In August of 1978, NASA launched the ISEE space probe with the mission of exploring and studying the magnetosphere, surveying solar winds near Earth, and measuring cosmic rays. 4 years later, the probe had completed its main mission, was renamed the International Cometary Explorer, or ICE, and used to study the Giacobbe-Zinner comet and Halley's comet. It was officially shut down in 1997 and has remained basically an expensive piece of space junk until earlier this May, when a group of engineers and enthusiasts asked NASA for permission to attempt to send it into new orbit around Earth and eventually use it to study more comets. The ISEE-3 reboot project was funded partially by a Kickstarter, and the last anyone heard, the organization was able to use the Arecibo Radio Observatory in Puerto Rico to re-establish contact with the ISEE. Unfortunately, the group announced earlier this month that though they carried out the diagnostic and spin tests, they were unable to get the engine to fire properly. The first firing was a partial success, but the second and third attempts to fire up the 35-year-old probe were not successful, most likely due to a lack of nitrogen available to pressurize the fuel tanks, which could be due to the craft running out of nitrogen or the nitrogen dissolving into the hydrazine used in the propulsion system. It looks like this is the end of the road for the ISEE as it heads back into deep space. That's all for this week's update. Be sure to check in on Twitter and Facebook and view past episodes at ecnmag.com. For the ECN channel, I'm Casey Panetta, and this has been your Engineering Update.